Like we got such a mess to me, whether it's trans, whether it's black and white, like it's a mess. And I feel like when we start realizing we're all human beings and want pretty much the same things, some of this will dissipate.
Now I'm gonna get beat up for this, but hey, I can fight. we 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 do have to toughen up more because the world is a dark place, and we gotta toughen up more. Yeah. We gotta toughen up more. Queens, ladies, trans, black women. So we have to toughen up more. Now we still gotta fight for what's right, but we got to be tough. We got to toughen up more because this shit is hard out here. And that's all I want to say. I'm not saying that, that you shouldn't be angry about what you saw or whatever, but I ain't going looking for it.
Yeah. Well, it's like, why subject yourself to it? And it's just kind of like, we gotta figure out what's toxic to us and what's not, and remove ourselves from toxic situations. So, I mean, I understood that. I think I understood your position on Dave Chappelle, and I appreciated your position, because I think a lot of times that statement of, why am I going to show up to a place that I know is going to be negative or toxic to me? And I think really we all, in all of our relationships, should really learn. I don't care if it's a marriage. I don't care if it's your boyfriend. I don't care if it's your sister. I don't care if it's your daddy. I don't care. It don't matter what it is. Why do we keep showing up in places that do not love us and celebrate us? And I don't kind of know why. And I thought about that when you said it, like, wow, like, and that's what I mean when I say our emotions are very similar as human beings. And people, I think, spend too much time pointing and judging instead of kind of realizing, like, we really intersect and meet on a lot of, points.
Yes. And just taking the time to understand. Nobody wants to have dialogue anymore. Everybody just wants to assume they know. And it's like, you don't. You have to take a minute, take a beat, take a step back, and have a conversation with people.
Something me and we talked about, and it came up because I had seen something online with you, TS, and something I guess I don't understand.
Tell me.
Why is it that straight women, myself, Yama, have such an issue with trans women? I don't understand. I like, some of the things I've seen are extremely vicious, and I don't get it.
Well, I do.
Well, I don't have a problem, so I
know you don't, sisters. Y'all my girls. I love y'all, but I understand exactly. I love the way I know how she's framing the question.
Yeah,
and I know, because there's blessed women listening. I think that there's issues on both ends, and I think that the issue is, first of all, women are naturally territorial. Period. That's just what it is. Bitch, what is you coming in my space for?
Yeah.
Then you have women who don't recognize us trans women as women. They don't recognize us as that. And us, and listen, hey, whatever. They don't recognize us as that. And then it's just like, bitch, you artificial coming over here thinking that you gonna replace me and I'm the real thing, And so sometimes, like, I've been met with a lot of aggression for not, like, I don't even know why. Like, a picture gets posted of me somewhere, and it's just, yes, a man. You a man. You would never be there anyway. And it's like,
and that's what I've seen, and I saw it a lot the first time you were here. And for me, I like I said, I don't understand it, and I understand that you're saying that that's their thought process. But if I'm saying I'm the real thing, why am I concerned about what you're doing?
Well, I don't think it's about being concerned. I just think, sister, it's about, the places, the spaces being, fragile. Like this is mine. This is my space. Don't come in here. Like, we're already marginalized as it is, girl. We don't got no room for you too to come in here.
I understand that.
And then you thinking that you me, you not me. And then you thinking that, girl, you already come from an anger point because you're already trying to protect the little space that you got. Black women already have a minimal space and I'm talking from me reading these instead of me clapping back at times.
Mhm.
I read some of it and I'm like, okay, I see what's going on here.
Mhm.
You're not threatened by me as being whatever, or my this your territory is, because you're already trying to protect the limited space that you have already. And it's, you want to have, this is you want something that's just like yours, like, God, can I just have mine? Like, white women are here. Damn, all these different races of women. Like, I'm a Black woman, and I'm only, listen, ladies who are listening to me out there, I'm speaking from a Black perspective, a Black space, because it's the space that I occupy. And the Black women are like, this is my space. Like, damn, can I have my own day? Can I have my own, just me, just what I am, just normal? Like, do you understand how hard it is for me being a natural born woman, birthing kids in this world, and got niggas out there walking over me, leaving me to be a single mom, and I'm like, you don't understand. Like, so it's already an aggression already, and then you see one of the trans girls come through, and they might look nice or whatever, and you're gonna try to find every little piece of tail. You ain't no woman any motherfucking way. Look at your big hands and big.
Yeah.
First of all, I'm not unattractive at all. At
No.
all. And so there, when I get it, like when I get lashed at from women, they love to tell me, you're a man, you have big hands, your feet you're big, you look like a man, stuff like this, that rolls off of me, because it don't bother me, because I know this, I understand where it's coming from. Like, I'm starting to grow and understand what it's not right. I'm not giving a pass to it. It's not right, but I understand that it's just like, girl, you trying to protect your space, but sister, if you let me extend my hand to you and understand that I'm trying to protect my space too, but I have become a Black trans woman, and I occupy that space with you. Like, men be fucking killing us. Black men are killing, choking us out, loving on us after 12 before 6, and slitting our throats, or killing us, or doing us ill. They're kidnapping us too. They're doing this stuff to us too. And no, I may not understand how it is to birth a child into this world. No, I may not ever know how it is to have menstrual cycles and periods and the scare of fibroids and things on having a hysterectomy. I don't know. I do not know that, but I am not your enemy. We are not enemies. I am your sister. We are not enemies. We are bonded into this thing. And I really, really, really respect you, because I learned how to be a woman from a woman. So I can never replace the carbon copy can never replace the original. It's not impossible.
Right.
That makes sense. I just, again, it goes back to what we were talking about before, is that I think that that's the same space of kind of realizing that if we feel marginalized, and if we feel as women, as Black women, we only have this space, how do we think you all feel? Kind of the same thing. Like, and I just think that we have to start looking at each other and recognizing the similarities in each other in the situations. Because like I said, I've seen it and it's been vicious to me. And I understand what you're saying, but I was just raised differently, because what's for me is for me.
Yeah.
It ain't gonna change. Whatever.
We all know that. Like,
it's not gonna change. It's not gonna, whatever you do is not gonna change that. But putting toxicity and hate out in the world is not going to help our situation any better.
Well, it's because it's been passed down. Right? It's been passed down. So it's indoctrinated into women, like from that space, like to immediately be like, you a man anyway. You like, I have been met with that. And let's talk about the girls. The trans women feel like that because a man love on them, lick on them, kiss on them, or done told us we pretty, or we look better than, like, girl, what you have to realize as a trans woman, girl, is that, and men and women should realize this too, as cis women, a man will cut a hole in a box and stick his dick in it, girl.
How about that?
That's the truth. That is the truth.
So, girl, don't be flattered because of what this man has said to you, because, girl, he says it to everybody. when he's trying to get his dick wet. That's just how that works. And so I think that usually our retort back to cis women usually is, oh, I look better than you, we look better than you, you know, when in actuality it don't, it's that's not, they don't have nothing to do with the price of rice in China, bitch, because when it boils down to it, a man that likes women will stick dick to both of us. Yeah. And leave, and he will walk out on leave both of us for a white bitch.
Hallelujah.
It's so true though. But I think that's, to me, that was one of the things I thought, like, they're not gonna care one way or the other. They screwing around. I don't care if you a cis woman, he cheating with another cis woman or another trans woman. It just really don't matter. Like, it is what it is.
He will roll off on your ass for a white bitch because, and see, that's why it was my duty. I don't know if you guys saw when Nikita Dragon was going through that situation. Nikita, the makeup girl, the makeup transsexual. I don't know if she's Asian, white. I don't know. I don't have an issue with her. But my problem was, it's just like, girl, you came in, you was trying to promote this music video or song or whatever, or trying to get some type of notoriety over here in our culture, in the Black culture over here, girl. And you took Asian Doll's body and you posted dick on her stomach. And when she posted dick on her stomach, she used an eggplant. Now, Asian Doll is a pretty girl, but I know that Asian Doll has features where like, you know, she has features. She's a very pretty girl, but I know she gets. It seemed as though she was being a victim of transphobia. You get what I'm saying? From a trans girl, like, you know, and it's just like, bitch, don't come over here and excuse me, but don't come over here into our culture doing these things, and then after you do this stuff, you leave, and who's left with it? The T.S. Madisons, the Ashley Marie Prestons, the Hope Giselles, you know, the Black girls that are over here in this stuff, that look Black, that the Black girls are arguing with, like, y'all ain't men, women anyway, y'all men. And that's why it was important for me to speak up for my Black sisters. Like, listen, girl, just because Black men stick dick to you, girl, and just because, you know, you've imitated Nicki Minaj or whatever and stuff like that, girl, you are not Black. And you have no access to the situation over here, you know, stirring the pot and then leaving like this, and then leaving the shit to fall down on us for us to be windmilling with the girls. We're not doing this. Yeah. You disrespected that girl. That girl called you a dude. She wore your ass out. And I'm one thing I'm not for is you know, misgendering people, like misgendering trans people. But bitch, you started that shit with that girl, and so she's gonna be on your ass, and you don't have no support from not me, because we already dealing with this. It is an unnecessary. That was an unnecessary jab. Yeah, that caused continual division amongst two marginalized groups of women. That the Black girls are going to hold on to that forever. Yeah. Have your ass over there with that shit. Well, TS, go back over there, girl. TS, you want to stay around for the next segment? Yeah. Okay, we're gonna take a short break, guys. We're gonna go out with "Bustin' Out" by Rick James, and we'll be back. Hey. I thought it would be kind of cool if you're open to it, because Yama continues to trying to educate people about COVID. And I know that you had an experience with COVID. So I think that this would be a cool time for you to tell people your experience with, you know, getting COVID and what you did to get through it and what you now understand about it, maybe that you didn't prior to. I understand that I don't ever want it again. I don't ever want that again. That was like one of the most miserable things ever. I did find out that if you're not up on the COVID situation, there's so many people that have died that did not run across this thing that I was Google searching while I was sick. It was the monoclonal antibodies treatment. And it was something that they gave the president at the time, that lady with the orange hair, and what's her name? Trump. Yeah, they had gave it to
Not
Trump.
the lady with the orange hair.
Okay, Jacob was laughing at you, our engineer.
Yeah, that bitch with that orange hair. So they gave it to him, and you know, I didn't really pay it any attention. And then, like, when we got sick, I was like really searching, like, well, what did they give the president that got him up and running and 3 or 4 days later? And because my mom had got very, very, very sick, and when she got really sick, we I was very afraid because I thought she was going to pass away.
Mm-hmm.
I did, you know, because it was so. Well, I was trying to do everything I could not to have her go in the hospital.
Right.
And girl, we had black seed or blackberry, succubus blackberry juice with all this black everything, black cherry,
Everything
black molasses, black orange juice, black damn it, vitamin C, 99,000
Black
milligrams.
orange juice.
Yo, I'm just saying everything. God damn it. We had a Mr. Mott's orange juice, nature's grow. It was like so much stuff that we had, like, you know, everything, like every cod liver oil, and it just was not, it was just like all the blackberry, we ate crackers, seltzer water, burping, you know, I'm trying to do every damn thing, you know, even though I'm joking a little bit right now, but it's still,
Hey, no, we know.
No,
it was such a scary, it was a very scary thing. And it was so scary that even I, being vaccinated, fully vaccinated, and got it. My COVID case wasn't as severe as my mom's, but it was a COVID case.
Yeah.
And I was so tired. I couldn't walk to the mailbox and walk back in the house without being, and I'm already lazy, girl. I don't want to do shit. I'm already lazy, sister. And so, you know, that didn't make it no better.
Yeah. Why do you think? Well, Yama, so she has been educating me prior to COVID even getting here. And it's so crazy because I remember we had a show, and this was before March, and she was, you know, every time she does a health check, I'll be like, oh Lord, let me make an appointment with my doctor because she done said some other shit. Now I got to go to, like, every time.
Right. They'll never want to hear the health check.
And we'd be like, oh, hell. So she started talking about this thing called COVID. And I'm like, oh my God, like, really? And she was like, if it comes over here, it's going to destroy our economy. And I mean, she was just laying it out. And I'd be damned if it wasn't 3 weeks later. I'm like, God dang. And so she had been educating me prior to and through this entire process and really trying to educate people about COVID. And I think the heartbreaking thing is prior to even a vaccine, that so many people were so resistant of the fact that it was even real and died from it. And then I think the one thing that outraged me is when you're talking about the monoclonal antibodies. I mean, it's like, this is the man that lied about it, pretended like it didn't exist, and then got it, and then got the medicine that is not available to most people. And y'all are still supporting it. Like, your relatives have died. That to me, because Yama kept saying that the monoclonal antibodies are really expensive. Like, there's treatments that are really expensive that the regular person's simply not going to ever be able to get. And because I had a friend who was literally trying to find that, trying to use everything he could to try to find, you know, how do I get this treatment? And it wasn't available to everyone. And I know some people have an experience of when they finally got it, or their loved one, you see your loved one suffering, they were angry. Did you feel any anger or any?
I did. I was very angry because I was like, it helped my mom, but I thought about all the people that died. And so it was my duty to get on my platform and show them, like, this is what this, if you're in this city, look this place up, and here's this. You know, it was my duty to do that. I was like, girl, yeah, they're not talking to us about it. Definitely us Black folks, they're not talking to us about it. And so it is my duty, because I know I have thousands of people that watch me. And so I if I could save 5 lives, 10 lives, 15 lives, pass this word out that this was what helped my mom. And so I was very angry because during the time that we were sick, 1, 2, 3, 4 people related to us died
from COVID.
And I was not telling my mama because I was watching her decline, like progressively decline every day. And I I told her like afterwards, like mama such and such died, mama this one died, mama that one died. She just was like crying, like, oh my God. And I said, I bet you they didn't know anything about this monoclonal antibodies treatment that could have stopped, that could have, slowed this thing down in the first 10 days of exposure.
Mm-hmm.
That's heartbreaking when you really think about how many lives were lost because they didn't have access to that or didn't even know about it.
Well, also too, you got to remember this was still being developed at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
So the same way people feel about this vaccine, which I won't get on my horse about this, but you're still talking about a relatively new medication. Now, granted, there are monoclonal antibodies out there. They've been had them for years. They have them to treat rheumatoid arthritis. They have them to treat lupus. They have it to treat HIV. HIV, MS. And so it's a treatment, right? It's not a cure. It's just like anything else. So it's out there to shorten it, but it's not that it doesn't have side effects and there's not other issues or things that you have to be concerned about. So, I mean, really and truthfully, yes, it's out there. Is it going to be available to everybody? No, because like we said, it's really expensive and everybody's not going to be able to get it. And it's not going to be the treatment of choice for everybody. It's going to depend on your disease. It's going to depend on your history. A lot of things are going to have to do with that. But I think the key is that you got on and you talked about it and try to spell any myths or any, just things people are just spreading out there. Just like, no, it's if you keep on spreading these lies, more people that you know are going to die.
Yes.
Because then more people are going to be afraid and not either want to get vaccinated, which I'm not saying everybody has to get vaccinated, but not protecting yourself, not wearing masks, not washing your hands, just feeling like all of that's just over with. And it's not.
Girl, Atlanta. Oh.
Atlanta, for sure. It's crazy.
Oh.
Well, girl, it's all over. It's
Florida.
All over.
I went down to Florida and got it.
Oh, well, they're crazy down there for sure. That's where you don't get it.
I got it if I went to Florida and got it.
If you're going to get it, you're going to get it from there at that time for sure.
Florida, yes. Georgia.
And this is Arizona. The thing, like Thanksgiving is coming and I don't want to go home, but I'm going to go home because I'm from Miami. Mm-hmm. I don't want to go home, but I'm going to go home for Thanksgiving. But you best rest assured, I'm only there for a few days and I am GONE.
Yeah.
Zoom me, bitch, because
this may still be a Zoom year.
Yeah.
I feel like people still need to be Zooming.
Yeah.
Zoom me. That's why I closed.
Especially if all of y'all down. And don't get me wrong, because like you said, you were vaccinated and still got COVID. So that's brother. Another big myth is that people think, oh, I'm vaccinated, I'm just like completely protected. I can't give it to you. Yeah. And that's complete BS.
No, and people say, well, if you don't, what you got vaccinated for? If you was going to still get the COVID, I'm like, bitch, I watched my COVID and my mom's COVID be two completely different COVIDs.
But I think that's the piece that
I don't want to end up in the hospital on a ventilator.
Yeah. But that's the thing. I think right there is what people are truly missing and not understanding. And you as horrible as it was, you had the opportunity to see that firsthand. Like, no, it is very different and y'all can play with it if you want to. And I think what's heartbreaking is I'm not a person who's used to always use TikTok. I started getting on TikTok and these people would be in the hospital, I'm doing okay today. And I would log on 5 days later. The other ones are like, they're not here no more. And I'm like, oh my God, like shocked. Like it shook me. Like I have to stop watching this. And I'm vaccinated, but it was still so heartbreaking because it's just one of those things when you have people like yourself really trying to educate people of what's going on. What do you need to, use to, medicate yourself, or when Yama was on here, driving it home, do this, don't do that, wash your hands. And people are still walking around here like it's spring break, in
92. Yeah. And this is like, oh yeah, that ain't real, man. This is a conspiracy. I'm like, sir, 7 people I know personally related to me are dead.
But Heather, you said that though, that people aren't going to think it's real unless somebody they know personally has died.
Yes, I do agree with that. I mean, I don't you ain't got to tell me but once. Like, I don't even I remember one of my friends when it first happened. One of my friends that I went to high school with, his older sister worked for like the DeKalb County city or whatever. 50 years old, gone. Like I was his sister. I was like in shock. And that was one of the first people that I knew that had passed away from it. And I was like, oh, this is for real, for real. Like,
look, for me, it was when young people without any past, without any medical medical history of anything,
pre-existing conditions.
Just thank you.
Yeah.
Just died.
Yes.
18, 17.
Yeah.
I said, oh no.
Yeah. That's a real thing. It's a real thing.
Real thing.
Yeah.
And I get that like I said before, Heather, sometimes it takes something like that to be presented against your body for you to realize that you may have X, Y, and Z. But when you're 17 and 18, I mean, stuff happens, but you don't usually go downhill like that. That's a serious illness.
Very sure. I don't ever want it again, ever. Yeah.
Well, let's go on to something a little bit happier. Heather, you want to do
what you got?
Actually, you know what? So we're ready to go out, but I wanted to touch on because I literally have been so disgusted, and I wanted to get you guys' take on this. But because we didn't do the hot topic, so we're kind of doing it reverse. The Astro World, Travis Scott debacle. And let me just say what I don't like. I don't like that we are vilifying this 20-some-year-old man. And was it irresponsible? Yes, for sure. Was it intentional? To me, I doubt it. And I say this, and the thing about it is some of the things that I see people posting, we are so quick to take a headline. You ain't read the story. You don't know anything about what's going on, and you run with it. I mean, I see people calling him a thug. I see people calling him all kind of names. And the reality of it is you don't even understand the makeup of a festival like that. And Yama, I went and I Googled, I went to YouTube, and I remember vividly festivals like that I performed with your father, where I had never seen so many people as far as the eye could see. I couldn't make out faces. You can't make out where one body ends, where the other one starts. And so when people were saying that he knew what was going on or he knew people were dying, I was like, there's no way he knew that, just because of my own personal experience. He might have known people were passing out. Pull up a Michael Jackson video. They carry him right on out and the show keeps going. Same thing with your dad. Same thing happened. You didn't know that people were literally in distress. And I'm telling people like that, and somebody, Whack 100 posted, and he made perfect sense. He's in the industry. He was like, it wasn't his job to do that. Like if you literally see somebody in distress, which there's one video where he sees somebody passed out, and he says, "Stop, you guys, give him room. Can the EMS come over here and help this person out?" You see him do that. But Whack 100 was like, that wasn't his job. His job was to be up there as an artist. It was the promoter's job. It was security's job. It was production's job to make sure that these people were not in harm's way. And to see people cancel him, he's the devil. He's worshiping the devil. He's a thug. I was like, you don't know what you're talking about. And even if he did everything they're saying he did, how do you know that? Like literally, you weren't standing in the space of in-ears in your ear, smoke, pyro, like loud music. It's like his set was dark. The gig that I've done with your dad, they've been daytime and I still couldn't make out people. I couldn't make out what they were saying. I couldn't, none of that. And I just feel like, why is it that we are so quick to rush to judgment on a person who seemingly in the past, he's been in some trouble for sure. But when you look at his philanthropy, it is better than people twice his age. Just the things that he's been trying to do in his community since the time he was able to do it. Why are we so quick to just throw him away?
Well, one he connected to the Kardashian.
And that to me, and I saw people were throwing out her makeup, and I'm like, well, you're a dumbass, because I'm not going to throw stuff out I purchased my money for. Like, I use my $99,000
makeup. No,
no, I'm keeping that. Like, what? Why? What?
Well, it's because, like you said, they don't read the headline. They don't understand. They don't get it. And here's the thing. I don't want to make this about me, because this is not about me. This is about the situation. However, no one died at one of the events that I was at. However, there was some disgruntled people because they said the table was nasty. They didn't get their chicken wings. The security roughed them up. This, like, all this stuff. I didn't know that any of this stuff was going on, and they took online and they started bashing and thrashing me. Like, I didn't even get the venue. That had nothing to do with me. All I was there was to show up and do my job. And so they drugged me for weeks behind this. And so many other people just jumped on it because I think people don't like rich people.
I said that to somebody online. I said, you are so obsessed and envious of wealthy, successful people that you are willing to bash this man without knowing any facts. And you have yet to say one thing about the victims. You ain't worried about the victims. You just have an opportunity. Like I said, they love to build you up to tear you down. And, and the thing about it is you've been in, like you said, it is about you, TS, in the sense that you are an entertainer. And things can happen that things happen that you have no idea that it actually happened.
Yes.
And I don't understand why people don't pause and be like, that's not my ministry. I don't do that for a living. So I don't really know what goes on backstage. How do you set it up? Like those kinds of, like, people actually thought those types of festivals were banned here, and they're not. This is not the first time that's happened. The Who, which is a rock group, 11 people died before the concert. They got trampled to death. And that concert still happened, right?
Oh,
the concert still happened.
That's the thing. That stuff happens all the time. And it just gets everything is, it's just like on 1,000 when it comes to any of our people, and then to not have all the facts. It's like, it goes back to what I was saying about, like, canceling people because you don't pay attention, you don't listen to understand, you just listen to hear.
Yeah.
It's crazy. And then there was literally somebody there, putting a needle in people.
Yeah.
And it makes sense that people would bum rush the stage, and they're like, oh, well, he always has people, at his concerts and all this confusion. It's like, really? You let somebody be going around sticking a needle in people and people passing out, they gonna bum rush the stage too.
Yeah, for sure.
It's just the things, and then to try to hold him accountable, like you said, for something he has no idea that stuff's going on. They didn't even know what was going on. The people that were there didn't know what was going on. They just ran. It's like, we Black folks. When something go on, we running. I'm not gonna sit there and be like, well, what's going on?
Exactly.
Who's putting a needle in people? We don't care. We can get the hell out of there.
And somebody posted on, and let's be clear, a lot of them was high already before anybody stuck anything in them. They came there high, like on not weed. That's not what they was on. And I feel like had that been a completely different demographic, which means a whole bunch of Black folks, it would be treated completely different. It would be treated completely different. And it's heartbreaking to see a 10-year-old boy in a coma, I think, because he got stepped on. And it's like, he got trampled. But then I also think, why was a 10-year-old there?
A 10-year-old, a 14-year-old. Like, here's my question.
The 10-year-old was there with his mama.
But this is the question that I got that ain't nobody answering for me. Is we still in COVID? What is y'all doing? 99,000 of you hoes going to the damn, and I'm not blaming the victims, but damn it, 99,000 of you bitches over there, and knowing that we still die, people dropping like flies.
Because
we at the concerts.
You know why? You know why, right? They in Texas.
Oh yeah, they was in Houston.
They was in Houston, so they didn't get COVID in that state.
Girl, Texas so backwards. First of all, that's why Beyonce and them left from around there. They so backwards. You over here telling these women for what to do with their body, and you a whole man out here in the streets. Are you crazy?
Yeah. Yep.
You have lost your mind. You have lost your entire mind, mandating, putting sanctions and laws on someone's body, and you act as if you're so concerned about the fetus inside the body. Let the fetus come out black, and he gonna go in the prison system. You gonna worry about him then?
No.
You damn near don't give the people's welfare. You take them through hell to give them 2 food stamps and somewhere to stay.
Right.
It's backwards.
Doing all that drama, but then you worried about somebody what they want to do with their body. Who gonna take care of the baby when the baby come?
Not them, for sure.
Ooh, then
you got athlete's foot having ass Caitlyn Jenner running her ass down there because she lost the gubernatorial damn vote over there in LA. Talking about she bitch, you can't be on the fence, but you can't be in the middle with this hoe. You might be in the middle of with what you is your idea. You might be in the middle of that shit, but you can't be in the middle of this right here.
That is so. I don't get her at all. It's so just confusing to me, and I'm like, you can't be on a platform like that and say you're one thing and then straddle the fence. You support and like you big up in people who can't stand you, who don't support anything that you're about.
Nothing.
Why? Like, I don't understand that. That crazy.
Attention, that's called clout. I do believe the girls do that shit for clout. And I don't care how big you is, you can't do stuff for clout.
Yeah.
Like I do believe she does that for that. Like, I don't believe that. I've said this on many occasions, and you hoes this gonna come over here with that stuff. No, I can fight. I said this earlier. Okay. I believe that Caitlyn she identifies as a trans woman, but I don't think that she really, really understands. Like, how would you feel as a trans woman if the government told you that you could no longer take hormones, or you couldn't transition, or you needed to be so many weeks into your transition? Like, girl, if they tell you, well, girl, you too old to start putting on that hair, girl. What if the government told you that? You feel me? Like, you have to look at it from those positions. Like, you got to the problem is nobody is putting themselves in the shoes of the people who they got so much to say about.
Right.
Bingo. That would be it.
It's like, how do you, you're going to keep on pushing the envelope. It's like you said, you do it with one person, you can do this, and then next thing you know, it'll be something else. You be like,
yeah. Because just as soon as Texas do that to the girls, what the hell you think they're going to do to the gays?
Oh yeah.
And this is what I try to tell the people. As soon as they do something to the gays, what in the hell you think they're gonna do to the blacks?
But that's
what you're not understanding.
Yeah, because it's all a minority, and we are all minorities, and so I think people really, really need to recognize that. Wow,
technically, we really not the minority. They the minority. They just want us to believe
we're the minorities. Yeah.
I tell you what, we pick up some rifles right now and tell them to get in the corner.
Not the corner.
And that's why Trump was trying to get all them damn Mexicans out of here, because he know.
Yeah.
Right. They sure want to go side or be on that side.
Yeah.
Well, wait a minute. Hold on. We can't say that, because you see what they did down there. Well, that's them Cuban folks. Hold on. Let me get that right. What they did down there in that damn Miami, Florida, honey.
But this is the thing. They don't, I think that they like, that's the mind fuck of it all. Like, I don't think they really understand. And that to me is, I think, shameful, because they voted against their own interests, and they really didn't even know they were voting against their own interests. But it's the same as, to me, when you look at most of the Republican states in this country are poor states. And the people in the trailer parks, and they vote Republican, but then people ain't worried about your health care. Your kids having a great school, you having good insurance. Like, they ain't worried about nothing there, but you continuously vote for them, and they're getting richer, and you're still in the trailer park.
Well, you vote for them because anything anti-black, anything you feel is anti-black is, that's
all
the
right
side
with
you're
them.
supposed to. It's all right with me. And
All
that's
right.
why I used to tear their ass up on my thing when they start shipping you motherfucking hoes back over there to wherever your ass just came from, bitch, because y'all worrying about what they gonna do to the coloreds. We don't got your back either.
No,
Right.
not even a little bit.
Mm-mm.
Well,
that's our
why
show.
y'all wanna leave? I want to talk about the Asian hate.
Oh,
Go ahead.
go ahead, talk about it.
Don't be following us around in the store and then telling us to start worrying about Asian hate now.
That
I
is
love
true.
my people, but quit profiling us, walking around, following us in the store, terrorizing us in the damn nail shop and all types of stuff. But you want to stop, and then the government run down there and pass this Stop Asian situation.
Yeah.
And the color's been saying, "Quit kill us, quit killing us."
Yeah.
But the reason why, girl, don't stop. I see.
I think it's because they're controllable. Like they're much more passive than the Black community. I think because that's their. I've seen interviews with some Asian people, and the younger people talk about their parents and their grandparents, and it's like you're taught, go over there, work hard, keep your head down, lay low, don't cause no problems. Like that's how they think.
Girl, you ever want to see some racism? You turn them Asian folks will tear your ass up as a Black person.
I mean, I've been to the beauty supply stores where I'm like, ma'am,
hurry up and buy.
Yeah. Like, ma'am, if you don't get
Look, and if you don't understand what they saying in their language, you can forget it because they are tearing us up
all the way.
Yeah. I always wonder what they're saying about you, like when they're doing your nails and feet. They probably dogging us out.
I don't give a damn. That's why I go right in there and put my foot in their face. And listen.
I put my earbuds in.
Put my foot in their face. And you get slick if you want to. This whole foot will be in your ass.
Yes, you gotta come back. But
oh my God.
As long as y'all welcome me.
I want to have a guest on so that you can help us interview a guest. You got to come back.
Oh yeah, I'm with it. I'm with all of it. Listen, I wanted you guys to be on the Queen Supreme Court show, but I cut all that stuff off, and it just didn't feel right with me being a virtual. I just think,
it's difficult. Trust, it's difficult.
It ain't easy.
Yeah, but hopefully we'll get back to some normalcy, and then you can come in here and we can all, do what we plan to do. Yes, exactly.
Yeah, I think we need to do a little something. We got to do something. We mesh well, honey.
Yes.
Yes, God.
Although everybody knows, so tell everybody where they can find you on all your social media platforms.
What's up, everybody? This is your girl, T.S. Madison. Is it on? Is it on? Is this bitch recording? What's up, YouTube land, Twitter land, Instagram land, Snapchat, Grindr, Scrub, BGC, Jack, Facebook, Periscope, and last but not least, every single one of my bitches, Christian Mingle, and the lands all across the land. This is your girl, T.S. Madison, honey, and I am loud, live, and in color, honey, with the Soul Sisters on Dash Radio. And listen, if you want to find the doll, run your ass down there to the damn peoples over there at the Instagram and find at the real T.S. Madison. If you're on Twitter at T.S. Madison ATL1 and Facebook, just T.S. Madison. And if you can't find me nowhere else, put my name in Google's. It'll send you right where I'm at. Now, don't come around here playing with me because you may get your ass kicked. If you don't like something I say, I will fight you. Keep
when
your hands in your pocket.
Look, when you gonna stop fighting?
When I stop being Black.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you
Thank y'all
so
for having me. I love y'all. Y'all know all. Listen, if you need me, call
me.
All right. Thank you again. That's our show this week, you guys. We'll catch you guys at the same time next week on Soul Sisters on Dash Radio. I'm Yama Brown.
I'm Heather Hayes.
And I am T.S. Madison, honey.
I know that's right. And we got another Soul Sister with us.
And we are the Soul Sisters.
All right. Yeah. See y'all later. Bye.
Bye, T.S.
Bye, baby.
Bye, Heather.
Bye, ladies.
Bye.